If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed, Vinny.
Okay. $1 million. All right, guys, here we go. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Already in regress. This is Black Sabbath.
Hand of Doom.
Hand of Doom. Let's do it. Okay, coming hard with the bass. Coming hard with the bass.
What you gonna do? Time's caught up with you. Now you wait your turn. You know there's no return. Take your empty roads. You join the other fools. Turn to something new. Now it's killing you.
Is this Aussie?
First it was the bomb. Vietnam, Nepal. Disillusioning. You push the needle in. From life you escape. Reality's that fate. Colors in your mind. Satisfying time. Oh, you know you must be blind to do things like this. To head starts spinning round. You fall down to the ground. Feel your body heave. Death hand starts to weave.
Jeez.
Wow, what an interesting song.
It's very, very ominous.
Yeah. Yeah, it had such an interesting sound to it.
But this wasn't like straight up metal. I felt like there was some doom in there. Like the thing about this band is that I feel like they're almost singularly responsible for so many genres within metal itself. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing I learned about this band from when we started doing the channel. I mean,
absolutely.
I've got a lot of learnings that I've learned about metal and the culture and all that from the channel. Obviously, Tina is like a literal like metal historian. Like she knows everything. But one of the things I learned was all the, this is shoegaze, this is doom, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different genres. This is thrash, and then you. So we've listened to like literally hundreds of these songs from across these different genres. And then you go to a Black Sabbath song from like 1969 or 1970.
And you recognize something.
And it's like, oh!
Yeah. And they shouted out a lot. Like a lot of different bands have said Black Sabbath was their influence.
Well, yeah, it's like, I forgot who said it, but basically he said every metal guitarist is stealing from Tony Iommi at some point or whatever. And, obviously it's not like literally true, but it's fascinating to me how one band and it's like I had this conversation, with Head a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dude, you with your instrument, like you single-handedly created an entire genre of music, man.
Yeah, what did he say?
Like he said, he's like, there's other great blah blah blah, Shoulders of Giants all in. I was like, I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Like, I said, I'm not trying to hear. Trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, acknowledge
bro,
it.
you did that shit, man. Like, obviously, whatever. But that's like one genre.
Yeah.
But I love the guy. To me, he's immortal because like. That's it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's my man. Like, he's immortal. Yeah. And, whatever. That's my guy. But this dude created... And it just makes me...
That's some next level great.
The love affair that I have with, like, the guitar is really fascinating because the thing about that instrument is, like, you don't have to be that good. If you give her enough attention, it'll sing to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you give it enough attention, she'll, so the little things that I have, it's like very, very pretty. And, it's like you have this crazy relationship with the instrument, but there's just some people that relate to the instrument so much differently than everybody else. I think the dude from Zeppelin, his name is Page, right? Jimmy Page. Somebody will put it in there. The dude from Zeppelin. The dude, Hendrix, I'll just say Hendrix because everybody says that about Hendrix. I mean, I personally haven't seen anything mind-boggling about Hendrix, but
okay.
Tony Iommi, like unbelievable, like the way that they're able to just he's able to create all of these different genres with just what he's hearing in his head. That's the other thing that's mind-boggling to me. It's like half the shit I write, I hear in my head. But the other shit I write is like, oh, that's a mistake. But that works.
Right.
Like that mistake I told you about, I recorded it. I figured it out. So,
you did? Oh, yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah, Gilmore, the dude from, what do you call that? Pink Floyd. He's another one.
Oh,
They just relate to the instrument differently than everybody else does. Like their relationship to the instrument is just crazy to me. But yeah, man, like that's the
I
thing
think
that
it's
blows
funny
me away
when you
every time
get
I
done
hear
with yours.
Huh?
I think it's funny when you get done with yours.
What do you mean?
Now that I realize like what's happening, when you're like, oh yeah, that's it, that's enough.
I'm done
Yeah, I'm done.
with my guitar.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you gently hang it up. Boop. You say I'm done super aggressively.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, like there's a time every time I play, like there's like a terminus where I'm like, fuck, done.
Yeah.
Done. But okay, yeah, he's Tony Iommi. It's just unbelievable. Okay, so what did you think?
Was this about drugs?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's about heroin, as Jay-Z would say. Let me see.
And then it ends up killing him in the end?
Nope.
Well, he
that's the
does
wrong
say,
one.
so drop the acid pill. Don't stop to think
Your
now.
mind is full of pleasure. Your body's looking ill. To you, it's a shallow leisure. So drop the acid pill. Don't stop to think now. Dropping acid is what they call it. So drop the acid pill.
Okay. I didn't know
means
that.
to take the acid pill.
Yeah, and it seemed like the reason, because it says first it was the bomb, Vietnam, napalm, disillusioning you push the needle in. From life you escape, reality's black drape, colors in your mind satisfy your time. So it seems like it was, I pictured like the, like, what is it, the 60s and 70s where they had all of that type of art, like, what do they call that? Where it looks like spinning colors and...
Yeah, the spiral stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what
there's
they
a
call
certain
it,
word for it, but...
Yeah. The psychedelic stuff?
Psychedelic art,
Yeah.
yeah. So you just picture like, he's overwhelmed by, and I understand that, like, there was, you're still looking into it right now, but there was something that we saw the other day, about potentially stuff that's going on in Ukraine, and it doesn't matter where it was happening, it doesn't matter when it was happening, but to me, it bothers me a lot more if I say to myself, this is happening right now. So there are certain women's issues that bother me so much that I can't give it much thought. And probably if I gave it much thought, I would be able to help more in the situation. But I just, at this point in my life, I can't give it that much thought because it's just so painful to look at. And it's not something of the past, that is like, we're like, that was bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so the stuff that we saw was that really, really bothered me a lot. And I've had to really keep pushing it out of my, like, I just kind of pray about it and then I got to leave it because it's so troublesome to me that people are in that situation currently. So when he said first it was the bomb and then he goes into it and then colors in the mind satisfy your time, I was like, I understand that, although there are healthy escapes and there are unhealthy escapes, and it seems like this person, now you're gonna die, was the end of the song. So it seems to me like it was heroin, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think heroin can ever be considered a healthy escape. You know what I mean? Like, I think it inevitably leads you to destruction.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And heroin is just, and the fentanyl stuff nowadays, it's just so nasty, and I've seen it kill. I think the hardest part for me about heroin is you have people that overcome it and then they regress.
Yeah.
But they take as much as they did the last time, but they had already built a tolerance to it. And now that it's been completely out of their system for 6 months, a year, sometimes 2 years, they die.
Yeah.
And that's, Slipknot, Sean from Slipknot, it's one of the ways his daughter died.
Yeah,
like, it just...
Shout out to all our villagers that are on the path to recovery. And by that, I mean, not just that you've been sober for X amount of time, which is amazing, but also, if you fell back in it, but you said, I'm going to try again. And you got back on trying to be sober, like, go back to making that decision that's healthy for you. I was reading a post that was talking about how difficult it is for people who have used in the past to move on from it, because it's a battle, it's a constant battle, and,
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. So,
it's very, very difficult. So, and a lot of times it does end in death, and sometimes it feels inevitable sometimes with some people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like,
Look, Elder Senior, I got 11 months again. Good job, Eddie. 21 years clean. That's awesome, you guys.
yeah, that really, honestly,
Yep.
that's the way to do it.
Yep.
And when I see like 21 years and 10 years and things like that, I feel
Pretty confident.
a lot better.
Yeah.
The last one, and it's crazy the world we live in now, because like I got a Facebook text from a guy because we were working with this dude, and it was a great story, and praise God, great testimony in church, and then all of that gets erased by one text, and I'm looking at the text and I'm like, Sean is dead. And I was just like, and then I knew I had to tell you, and I'm just like, I didn't even want to tell you, man, because I know like that dude was really close to your heart, as far as because you didn't come from that world, and he detoxed in your house. So I was just like, the first thing I thought was like, how am I going to tell Sori this? And it was just so weird to me that like this little box of like text like was the end of this guy's life. It was just really hard to explain like how like unfair that was, because that dude was so significant.
I know. Yeah.
Like as a human being in the world, like definitely not perfect. I'm not. There's no hagiography here, but like he was just such a significant. So it was just crazy to just see just in this little box, like this entire life now is contained in these letters. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
I think that one thing that he kind of taught me was that there are people that really do want to get out of that lifestyle, and really it's about them desiring to move out of it, but it's also about timing. And we just happened to be there. And if we didn't happen to be there, then he wouldn't have been even at, like, he got clean for a while and he was doing really good, and he was building that relationship with his kids. And, before, when we first met him, because of the drugs that he was using, he was so skinny, like really, really skinny.
Yeah.
And he just looked like he was just swimming in his jacket. I don't know if you remember that jacket.
I remember.
And, so I took him to the store, and we, I guess people must have pitched in, and we all bought him all the things that he was going to need to go to the place that he was going to, like the rehab program he was going to join. But he detoxed at my house, and I had brought him to the store, and I felt like he felt like a little brother to me. And he also reminded me, because he was kind of like tall and lanky, and I have a cousin that's tall and lanky. So he kind of reminded me of my cousin as well. So there was, there's just this sort of connection that I felt with him. And, he detoxed at my house, and I was one of the people that prayed for him, and he got barely no detox.
Yeah, no
symptoms at all. Like, he said that he got like a little shivery-ish during the night, but that was it. Like, he should have detoxed hard. And had I known how serious it is to detox off heroin, we should have had him in the hospital. Like, I didn't know how bad. Why?
He didn't have insurance.
Oh my God, I didn't
remember
that. Okay, so then that's how he landed. Okay,
that's why he was at the house.
So, but
and to be fair, the hospital, they were also really, really full, because that summer heroin destroyed our community. Like, people were dropping like flies on fentanyl.
Yeah.
We were talking about getting the pens and all that shit. Like, it was no joke. Like, people got slain over that shit. So, I mean, to be fair to the hospitals, I'm usually hard on hospital systems, but they were overflowing with people. So I remember them saying, like, this is not the best situation, but it's better than him being by himself and all the rest of it.
And he wasn't on like something else to help him detox. Like, he literally detoxed on prayer.
Yeah.
It was and I'm not saying that that's what people should do. Don't. I do believe in the power of prayer. I also believe that God uses medicine, and that people should put themselves in the safest place possible. But I think that God was merciful and gracious to him, given the situation of the hospital. So we brought him to this program, and he was at this program for a long time. He was working out. He got big. He got muscular. He was a big guy.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I was just so proud of him. I was so proud of him. And it was so cool. Like, I don't know, like the significance of seeing someone in his situation and being able to be a part of him getting sober was like, it inflated the ego, you know? It was just like, wow, like this is such an important thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
And it was super exciting. And, you know, a lot of times when they enter those programs, they'll call like their mom and they'll tell their mom like how horrible it is because it's very difficult. And then the mom will get them out of the program. And then shortly after that, they'll end up dead because they go back to their drugs. So that didn't happen for him. He stayed, he went through the whole program. Like he was working with other people. Everything was going good. Like,
Yeah, he was a counselor for a while.
you know, even in some of his final videos, you know, on Facebook, like he looked like he was doing good. Like it didn't even look like he was back to using in the videos. Like it seems to me like it must have been one of those things where he was just like, you know what, I'm just once. You know, like I'm literally just going to do it once, and then it just happened to be laced with fentanyl. I don't know. Like that's just my guess.
Yeah.
But just it was super, super painful just to. I was grateful that he was able to have those years of sobriety to be around his kids, so they don't only have memories of dad never being there and dad was just like an addict. Because like that's the thing, like no person is just an addict, but because addiction is so consuming, then that's all that the person becomes to other people, you know, unless it's your family, you know. And like we've had multiple people that have been, you know, one girl, she was going to die, you know, like literally they were the last rites, all that stuff, like it was over. A group of our friends went over. I didn't even go because I literally had no faith that she was going to come out of it, and I couldn't bear to like go over there because I felt like she's not going to survive this. I can't pray for her to survive. I have no faith that she will, so I didn't even go.
They had the RIPs on her wall and all that shit already.
So they went over, they prayed over her, and then she pulled out of it. The doctors couldn't even believe it. It was just unfreaking believable.
Like, she's done.
Yeah.